What's up, guys? We should be live. We go over here, check it out. Yes, indeed, we are live. Let's do this. So, right now, I just had a show on Gentlemen of Crypto. I'm gonna see if some guys come over from that show. Definitely check out the Gentlemen Crypto Network. Building some beautiful, beautiful things over there. Zay and Zay and King are definitely Bitcoin maximalists, but they're cool enough to have a guy like me who likes altcoins on their channel, and they're building a definite sweet brand over there, man. And I'm happy to be a part of that. Um, so let's see who's gonna roll in here. Get y'all's questions up. Um, while y'all get y'all's questions up, um, one of the things at the top of my mind is this Bored Ape Yacht Club Other Side deed mint. I am not giving up on this whole deal. It looks like some shady stuff definitely did occur over there. Um, I just had something where it was like a dude minted, right? And it looked like his mint failed, right? And the mint failed. It said something like minted. It's like you minted. You try to mint too many lands. You try to exceed the max mint thing, right? However, dude somehow had a mint. Like he somehow had the land. Because you see him transfer it out a little bit later. So there's definitely some shady type deals going on over here. Um, Now, there's some definite shady stuff happening over here, guys. So, and here you can see it too. Like this particular block, it has unconventional ordering on it. It says this block contains one or more private transactions in its top slots that were not ordered by gas. So I'm not sure what the hell that really means, but to me, it makes me think that they had some transactions where people didn't pay for gas in the top slot, which sounds extremely shady to me. I don't know about y'all, but it sounds shady to me. So, and you can see people here. They keep they're changing it to these Ethereum namespaces, and I'm not sure what that's all about. I don't know if that gives them more ability to hide or not. But yeah, here's the guy that I'm talking about. If we come look at his transactions, right? So look at here. Mint lands. He tried to mint lands, right? It failed. It said minting would exceed the max supply. So that is the only time he minted, right? Only time he tried to mint lands. And this was during the actual freaking mint, because you can see 6 days and 13 hours ago. No other mint lands here. No other mint lands here. However, right here, hey, but ever right here they have transfer from the other side, and if we look at that transfer, let me see. Where's the transfer? Okay. Now, if we look at that transfer, he actually transferred other side deed out to himself. So you got a failed transaction, which said he was messing up the max, but somehow he transferred it out. I have no idea how that works. There's definitely some shady stuff going on there. Let's see if you guys have any questions here. Okay, nope, that's the wrong tab. Are you into UFC Strike 2? You know what? I am in UFC Strike, but UFC Strike for some reason they okay, they got to get it figured out. Like UFC Strike had okay, they were selling their cars for this huge premium where they were selling it for like $50 or something like that per drop. These last drops they sold for about $20. So these are more kind of in line with where they should be charging because that $50 a pack thing was really like it was ridiculous. Um, let's see here. Yeah, that $50 pack thing was ridiculous. I didn't buy any of these packs. I only found out after the fact that they were sold for $20. Because for me, I was just like, they're selling them for 50. As soon as I saw the notice, I didn't even look at it. So I was like, no, they're not. They're not doing the right thing for value. But let's see here. With these that are sold at 20, maybe they got themselves back in line. Let's go look at the marketplace and see what the cars are going for right now. Okay, and these are all alike. Rose Numjust, that's not too bad. That one's not too bad. Okay, so they're kind of trying to get it back in line. But imagine if you bought like these at $50 and you got your like four of your cars were this. You basically like paid those dudes $40 for nothing. You know what I mean? Like you basically paid these dudes. If you got four cards that were this $5, $3, $4, that's $12, $15. You paid them $35. So now that they got it to like $20 a pack, that seems more like a better, what is it? What do you call it? Like a better margin of risk at that point. And I don't know what it is, but it always seems to be this way that like the four major sports cards always, and even in paper it was this way. The four major sports cards always sold better than the non-sports cards. Whatever it was, or not than the non-four major sports cards, I should say, because this is a sport. Baseball, basketball, football, and hockey cards were always the ones that had better resale value than like comic book or boxing or Olympic or any type of other freaking card. It's just that's just the way it works. I have no idea why that is. Maybe in this digital world that can be changed a little bit. But let's see here. So most people got three contender moments with this. So this falls more in line with what would be okay. So we look at these contender moments. We just looked at three of them, right? So if you got three contender moments, that was like $12, and you lost it out on like $8 maybe. So that's that with those guys. Let me see here. I don't have to kill this because we already. Let me see. Do you see a recession coming due to many trillions of dollars pumped into the market? Tish, uh, thanks for making it out. Oh, Crypto Logic, John, what's up, brother? What's up? What's up? We're gonna have to do another collab, bro. That first one was really fun. Yeah, Natish, I do see kind of a recession coming. If you look at my video I just did here on Gentlemen of Crypto Network, um, and by the way, all of these things with charting, you guys could see on my channel, darkhorsewatcher.com. You can go right over there and check it out. Jeez. See, I didn't think it was pasting lines, but actually it was. But, okay, if we come over here, and we want to do the 1 day chart. So If we look at this, I like these. These are called GAN fans. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them or not, but again, it's on the channel, darkhorsewatcher.com. These are like superior support and resistance lines because they move over time. So you take this line, you see how I'm moving it down, I'm following it, right? Look at the date down at the bottom. March, April, May, June. So it's moving with time. And the biggest example we can see of this is right here. So see how Bitcoin just kind of kept hitting this resistance here? Kept hitting this resistance. So this guy, Gann, he knew what he was talking about. Just look him up. WD Gann. All right. So it looks like it's hugging real close to this gray line. If we take this gray line all the way out to like a point where it could break, it looks like June 15th, June 16th. That just so happens where Cardano is doing a lot of its stuff. So I don't see this at least breaking up until June. But if we take this further gray line out, that might be to September, man. So I really, not financial advice, but I'm at least saying to June. And from June, we'll see what happens, because it could definitely slip down to, and if you come over here and look at this lowest point of resistance, if we're using a line, it also corresponds pretty much to June. If we take this, boom, all the way out, boom, June. So looking for till at least June before I'm really going to be looking at many more coins. But at this point, I'm kind of moving over to the NFTs and making little quick flips on NFTs and moving into like the Top Shot NBA all day type space, and looking at entity upcoming land drops like Alluvium. They have a land drop coming up. Cornucopias, they have a land drop coming up. Okay, you guys can, let's see. So Cornucopias, they have a land drop coming up. Who else has a land drop coming up? Seek has a land drop coming up. So I'm looking at those, and I'm going to quick fit those. And yeah, so let's see if there are any more questions. Too many flippers and not enough fans. Well, you know what, Duke, Max, here's what I can tell you on that, man. The thing is that they have enough. They offer enough incentives on these Top Shots and NBA Top Shot and NFL All Day. They offer enough incentives by giving you these challenges to really make it worthwhile for you. And like I said, I went over this again in my show with Gentleman Crypto, but we could just revisit it here for just a touch. I'm going to show you a few challenges that I completed, and a lot of them I used the exact same cards to get it to complete it. And it gave me a card pack that was in like that was like worth $20. They released the pack of cards later for $20. And then they also give you this option too. They call them locker packs, where you can take you can basically almost recycle cards is what it amounts to. You trade your cards in, like your douchey cards, or like your cards that just, like, it's like some like bench guy for like the Washington Wizards or something, and it's like the latest set, which isn't, it doesn't give you that many collector points. So you trade that in, you get one of these little trade tickets, they call them, and then you can go to the locker room and like 4 trade tickets. You trade in 4 trade tickets for 3 new cards. So that's how that works. So you can see I got some trade tickets here. I would just, if I wanted to go to the locker room, I could trade those in. So it's basically you're burning 4 cards to get 3 more new cards. Um, but yeah, let me show you that thing that I was talking about with challenges. Okay, let me go to completed challenges. So Q to win. Who did I have to give? Who did I have to put in here in this challenge to get this card pack? So let it load right quick. So Luka Doncic, Andre Iguodala, Ja Morant, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, Desmond Bain. Okay, let's go to the previous challenge. It's loading. Slowly. Okay. Ja Morant, see, so there's a Ja Morant. There's a Chris Paul. Like so a lot of these were the same cards, so I don't know. So they just really do reward you for building a collection there. And that's the part that I really like about those guys. Let me um let me get rid of some of this stuff so I can so we can move a little faster. Okay, let me see if there are any more questions. Okay. Guys, you gotta throw out some more questions. Let me know if you got any more questions. All right. So until then, let me see. We're gonna cover. So yeah, right. So Alluvium, they have their land drop coming up. This is gonna be on June 2nd. They're gonna do a Dutch auction, which it actually does mitigate gas. Even though who you call it, Bored Ape said it didn't, and they did an auction that didn't mitigate gas at all. So they canceled from one that does actually mitigate gas, a Dutch auction, because they say it was BS and it doesn't mitigate gas. To another, to waves, and they never went into a multiple wave, so they never mitigated gas. Thanks a lot. That was very helpful. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna go into then. Since we don't have any questions, okay, let's go a little bit more into this Bored Ape thing then. So you can see here they said Dutch auctions were BS. Instead, they were going to do these waves, and the waves never happened. Now the thing you keep hearing people say is, hey, this thing was, you couldn't anticipate the demand. However, in order to participate in this auction, you had to KYC a month ago. So max demand was already known. Essentially, you had to RSVP. So this wasn't a normal mint in which you could just, anybody who wanted to mint could show up. No, you had to KYC a month ago. So what that means is max demand was already known. So you can't say the impossible happened. There was way more demand than we expected because you had the KYC a month ago. As a good example would be like me throwing a party saying people have to RSVP a month in advance, 50 people RSVP, then the day of the party, 50 people show up, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't expect to feed 50 people. The demand is so crazy. What are you talking about, guy? We RSVP'd a month ago. You knew exactly how many people were coming. What are you talking about? So that's what we're dealing with them. And the more I look into it, it's just more. There's some shady stuff happening. So there's that. Let me see if y'all got any questions. Oh man, I just closed the thing by mistake. God, let me see how if I can get it back. Hopefully that doesn't get rid of the video. Oh man, that's really. Let's see. Stick with me, guys. Hopefully that didn't get rid of the video. If it did, we'll end it here. But let me see. Okay, sorry guys. We're getting back here. We're getting back over here, guys. I clicked on the go live. Y'all should still be here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. I'm waiting for this to load, guys. Hopefully you guys are still there. I want to see if I can get any more questions in. Okay, you guys are still there. All right. Can you have a quick look at a project named NFT Books? I've heard about NFT Books. Let's go see. Yeah, let's take a look at that right quick. Close that. Close that. Close that. Close that. Okay. Let me close up a couple things because it's telling me that we're moving slowly. Okay. NFT Books, from what I remember, I think that's on a Binance blockchain. I've heard a lot of people, I've heard a decent amount of people talk about it. It really makes a lot of sense to have because when you look at, like, I know a couple people that tried that, they publish their own books on Amazon. Amazon takes a hefty, hefty fee to publish books. So if you got an NFT Books type deal here, I see this being a very, very good option for authors. The thing is, who are these people? Can we trust them? So yeah, so see, it had a huge pumpity pump and dead. Not to say that they're not a real project at all, but when you look at this, it's scary, right? But I can show you a real project that I've talked to you guys about. I just happen to be kind of wrong on, I guess. Splinterlands. If we look at this, not and I would debate. I don't think that I was wrong on this. I think it's just for whatever reason, play to earn games got kind of pushed to the side for metaverse stuff. Like if we look at this day, so kind of the same thing, right? And I know people still play this game. I still play the game, but they had the card set release, and after the release, everything went buh. Now, if they announce, they also have land attached to this stuff too, which they're gonna put on Affinity's or Engine's Affinity metaverse system. So that can be something to hook this thing back up. But the same thing with NFT Books. It sounds the whole thing sounds like a really good project because there's definitely a need for it. Amazon takes way too much fees for the people who release their books on Amazon. Um, it's just crazy the amount of fees that they take. But let's go see if we can figure out. Like, do they have really good partners? Okay, so at this point, I don't see anything to really invest in them about yet, about the team. So at least Splinterlands, we know they have huge partners. They're partnered with Engine. Okay, so here we go. Squire, Patton, Boggs, Consbit, these guys, which is probably where they're listed. Allen and Co. I don't even know how to say that one. So right now, I don't see any reason to invest in them, and they seem to be doxed at least. But sometimes these things can be fake. Like sometimes I'm not saying that theirs is, but sometimes they can be. Okay, so they've really only been around for like about 8 months. So yeah, so this one's like a really, it's really, I don't see anything right now to invest in these guys. And usually, too, when it's like a kind of like a really good idea like this, someone else just comes in and they kind of like do the idea over top of you. Like Opulus, they're a coin that I really like a lot. I still like Opulus. And they're getting like stars on here where they're turning NFTs into like the ownership of NFTs. I'm sorry, excuse me, the ownership of music rights. So say how Jay Z and all they say you got to own your own masters. So they're selling a portion of people's masters of these rappers' masters. The rapper gets the money up front, and so it's a really cool thing because the rapper gets the money up front. Um, the NFT gets sold, and whoever buys the NFT gets paid quarterly a portion of the rapper's earnings. Also, whoever buys the NFT is now incentivized to promote the rapper. So it's a really, really mutually beneficial thing. But the reason I bring them up, they got Little Pump, and these guys, I think, Kyle, never really heard of him. I looked him up though. Um, this guy's, I think, an international star, and people know Tyga. But what happened is this is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant idea. Then you had other people come out. Royal, they came out later after Opulus. I don't know if they. I hope the guy who made Opulus. I really hope the guy who made Opulus got like some um, like patented his idea and his business process because now Royal, they're about to, oh wow, I didn't even know they brought out Big Boy. Big Boy is a huge artist. Um, what is it? Outcast, right? They had Nas, huge artist, right? Diplo, I've heard of him before, but Diplo only did like 10% of his I can't talk today. He only did 10% of his masters, 10% of the ownership of his song, whereas Nas did 50%. Wow, I did not know that they brought out Big Boy though. I'm a little sad that I missed that one. Okay, well, how much percentage did he do? It's supposed to say down here what the percentage is. Okay, I don't know what the percentage of his were. Okay, here it is. Total ownership offered. So his was 25%, which isn't bad. I think they're kind of really kind of learning as they go here because Diplo did 10%, and his are selling for a terrible price right now. Nas did 50%, and of course it's Nas, so Nas's are doing better than most other people's stuff. But that would be my only worry with NFT books. Like, it's an awesome idea, and it's definitely a need out there for it. My thought is somebody just comes over top of them and gets like a big person to do a book, while these guys are still kind of like, struggling to get their big stuff going. Not that Opulus is struggling at all, but I imagine that would happen. See if we got any more questions. Is this a live random pop up chat, or am I in the multiverse of Ruel? I didn't notice anything scheduled for today. Yeah, man, this is live. I just should have changed the title. Always forget to do that. Let me try to do it now. I gotta watch that, man. I gotta watch that. Let me see. Okay, title changed. Hopefully, means we get more people. That's okay though, because you know what? It's better when people watch it after the fact, because when people watch it live, I don't get any points for this. I need to get my watch hours up now. Um, so when people watch live, I don't get any watch hours for this towards my monetization. But let's see here. I was going to mention them also. They are owned by Republic. You can invest in. That's right, Crypto for Life. That's right. They're owned by Republic. And when I look at all the Republic stuff, like, honestly, their stuff gives the most gives me the most comfort, because a lot of this stuff on Republic, they're saying like, we owe you nothing. Like, this is just like, there's a possibility this won't work out, and we don't owe you anything. Whereas if you look at the Opulus stuff on Republic, they say, if we don't sell this much, we're gonna give you your money back. If this doesn't happen, we'll give you your money back. So I like Republic, but the Opulus stuff is the stuff that gives me the most comfort, because of all the built-in stuff that they say. If X and X don't happen, we'll give you your money back. So, but yeah, if you come over here and look at it, they're like pretty much NFTing almost everything on Republic. Like freaking trips with people, companies like EV companies, um, home gym of the future. So yeah, like, look at this. This is just everything. Housing meets mass production, low cost apartments that unfold in an hour. That's crazy. Wow. um, Las Vegas, Nevada. This sounds pretty interesting. But the only thing that scares the hell out of me about it is that if you look into the bylaws, like a lot of these ones, it says, we don't, we're not promising you anything. Even though it seems like you're investing in these, like, almost as a private angel investor kind of deal. The only ones that, and I'll have to look into this some more, but the only ones that I saw that really said, okay, if we don't hit certain goals again, were the Opulus ones, where they were like, okay, if we don't reach this goal, we will give you your money back. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up though. I need to do a video on this. So yeah, let's see. Any more questions out there? All right, y'all. So I think that's it. We don't have any more questions out there. I'll wait just a couple more minutes just to see if we do have it be 11:11, because that numerology, that number just seems real, like, official for us to end on 11:11. Let's see here. So I'll wait around for a couple more questions. Let's see here. Yeah, I really got to look into this Republic more because the thing that scared me was that whole like. Let's look at this. This sounds necessary. Housing meets mass production. Low cost apartments that unfold in an hour. That sounds amazing. Look at that. It's like basically like little tiny houses almost kind of. That's a nice idea. Type of security, stock purchase agreement, price per security, 80 cents. I think they said the minimum investment was 1,000. No, yeah, minimum 1,000, max 100,000. So it's basically almost crowdsourcing with NFTs almost. Received 4,000 paid deposits, 40 plus patent filings. Mass production factory is online. Previously crowdfunded 55 mil. Lowering the cost of home ownership through mass produced dwelling units. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but BlackRock, they're out there just buying up houses and buying up houses. I live in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and it was for a while out here. It was just hard to buy houses. I think it's still pretty bad to buy houses because everything's just bought up, bought up, bought up, bought up, bought up. So I can imagine this actually has a really big niche, because people like BlackRock are pricing out houses for most normal people. We got inflation like crazy right now, and people's salaries aren't being adjusted to support the inflation. So, yeah, it's crazy. This could actually be the future of housing that they just have up these little pop up apartments or pop up tiny houses. Sounds really like a cool thing to me. I might have to look at that. But again, I need to really deep dive down into these promises again because the worst thing would be to put $1,000 on one of these things and like they just walk off with your cash. That's just, whew. That's why the only one I trust is the Oculus. But let's see if we got those questions. If not, we're just because we already passed our 11:11 point. All right, no more questions. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.